guys, so today I am going to be filming a video of how I found out I was pregnant. So, when we found out I was pregnant, I was 18 and I was still in high school and I was finishing out my senior year. So I had been working at Subway at the time and I had been there for like 2+ years and I hadn't had any issues with anything there, even working there being vegetarian. But at this point in time, I think it was about mid-March, I ended up getting really nauseous and lightheaded at work, and the smell of sliced tomatoes made me want to gag. So I texted my boyfriend and he suggested that when I get home I take a pregnancy test just in case. For several months prior to this, I had been on the mini pill as a form of birth control, and we hadn't been using any other protection other than the birth control that I was taking. If you don't know much about the mini pill, it's a progesterone only pill, so you have to take it within a certain hour of the day that you normally take it, otherwise it isn't effective at all. I was on this type of birth control because there are gastrointestinal issues that already run in my family, that I have a family history of, and estrogen as a hormone ends up boosting your chances of getting things like gallstones, pancreatitis, and stuff. So it would have put me at a higher risk than I would like to be at. So when I got home from work that night, I took one of the pregnancy tests that we had on hand just in case, and almost immediately it was 2 lines, dark as can be. And I wasn't really sure what to do at that point, but I Snapchatted it, sent a picture to my boyfriend, and he said, you need to come over. So it was like probably 11:30. It was really late at that point, but I made the drive over there and I took another test over there, and it was one of the ones that make the plus signs, and it was immediately positive. After that, we tried to figure out what words to say to tell his mom, and she was the first person we told because she was right there. And she said, well, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do, how we're gonna deal with it. And immediately we were both in tears. As soon as we saw the positive test at his house, we were both bawling our eyes out because we were scared, we were nervous, we had absolutely no idea what we were gonna do. But one thing we knew for sure is that abortion was out of the question. Personally, for us, abortion wasn't something that we were comfortable with, and adoption wasn't something that we thought we could handle emotionally, so we decided that we were going to keep the baby and do the best we could to raise her ourselves. So a couple days later, we had muscled up the strength and figured out the words to sit down and tell my mom. My dad works night shifts, so it was a little hard to be able to catch him at a time where we could talk to both of them at the same time. So we sat down with my mom in the living room, and I just blurted out that I was pregnant, and she said it didn't totally come as a surprise. She kind of had a feeling that when we asked her to sit down and talk about something, that's what it was going to be. And her reaction to it was to kind of just like avoid the subject at all. She pulled up a magazine, started talking about Agent Orange and a couple other things, just getting off the topic because she still had to process it all and figure it all out and figure her own feelings out about it. And then a night later on that week, I sat down and told my dad about it, and his response was similar to what Scotty's mom's was, where it is what it is, you gotta deal with the consequences, and you're gonna have to figure it out. So, this is Ivy Marie Elizabeth Lusher, and she is now 8 months old. Things have been a little tough. We just recently got into our own place, and she is starting to be mobile and everything, and even though things have been tough here and there, and it's been a long road, she is absolutely the biggest blessing that has ever come into my life. And even though she was unplanned, that does not mean she is unloved, and I am so glad, and she has made such big changes to both mine and Scotty's lives. So, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other suggestions, if you'd like to see a birth vlog or a labor and delivery vlog, then make sure to leave a comment down below. Anything else you'd like to see, make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos.